Super Bowl ended, the ball would be in the hands of Tom Brady. I don't know why we ever think it won't.
It's time for the home team. The home team is brought to you in part by Grace Family Church. Just try it. By Tampa Bay Area Chick-fil-A Restaurants. By Vermost Insurance. By Mahoney's Auto Repair. By the Palm Pavilion on Clearwater Beach. By Irish 31, the place to catch your favorite team in action. By Iceman Development, LLC. And now, here he is, the arena voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Orlando Magic, and the press box voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Paul Porter.
Thank you, Bill Carl, and good morning, everyone, and welcome to the home team on a Chamber of Commerce beautiful day here in the Tampa Bay area.
If you're the Ducks.
Yeah, I was going to say if you're a fish. But anyway, we're glad that you're with us. This is a great day to be indoors, watching or listening or both to the home team. And we are glad that you're with us today. Glad that you're part of the family here today. And we've got plenty to talk about. Always a fun time when we have our NCAA Final Four contest.
That's right.
Today we start with the East region. And for those of you that are new to the show, let me tell you how that works. We basically have you pick a number from 1 to 16, and that number will correspond to a particular seed. The numbers are scrambled, so you can't call in and say, I'll take the number 1 and have the number 1 seed. No, it's not that easy. You pick 1 through 16, and whatever number you pick, that is a particular seed. We'll tell you what seed you have. And then when the teams are announced in mid-March, whatever teams are your seed, that is the team that you have. And if your team wins the Final Four, you win a huge prize pack. Just as Don did last week. Don from St. Petersburg, he was just 2 points off on his prediction. And it was even more strange, Jason, because with a weird score, like 25-22, he had 22 points for the 49ers.
There you go.
27 for the Chiefs. He was only 2 points off, and he nailed the contest. So he got a huge $200 prize pack.
Congratulations, Don. That's great. Well, you know, it's funny is sometimes teams can either go for 2 points and miss it, or you have a missed extra point like in that game, and you get those funny scores sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we are really looking forward to having you enter the contest today. You can also enter on Facebook Live. And the way you do that is you just put your number in, and then we will tell you what number seed you have by your choice of the number from 1 to 16. Now, there's one more little wrinkle to it, and that is that our friends at Chick-fil-A are sponsoring the contest, and they are providing gift cards for 2 lucky winners today. 2 numbers that have been randomly chosen, one by Matt, one by Jason. And if you picked the same number that either Matt or Jason picked, you will be a Chick-fil-A winner. So that is why before the show, I had both Matt and Jason pick a number between 1 and 16. And if you pick the same one that either one of them did, you will win the Chick-fil-A gift card, regardless of what the seed is. So that's a new wrinkle that we're adding to it this year. We start with the East region today and then move on to the South next week. And then we'll move to the Midwest and then the West. And then we'll have all of our teams, all 64 teams, will be gone to one of our listeners or viewers or both. John has it a little confused, and I'm sorry, John, if I made it too confusing for you. You pick 1 number, not 2. He picked 2 numbers thinking, because I said 2 numbers have a prize attached with them. So, John, if you'll correct that and just pick 1 number on Facebook Live, you'll be able to get in the contest. Anyway, lots to talk about. Jason, your impression of the Super Bowl last week?
I thought it was a great game. Yeah, I thought it was a great game. And anytime a Super Bowl goes to overtime, that's only the second time one has done that. So I thought it was a tremendous game. It started out as a defensive struggle, and overall, I think it was lower scoring than a lot of people anticipated. But back and forth, you had a lot of lead changes. You had a lot of ties at various points in the game, and big plays made, and it was exciting. And for the Chiefs, they are a dynasty. They are, the legend of Patrick Mahomes continues to grow. Andy Reid as head coach continues to grow. There's their third Super Bowl win. Of course, it was their fourth Super Bowl appearance in 5 seasons. And they're going to be there. I think as long as those, you've got Mahomes at quarterback, you've got Andy Reid at coach, you're going to have and even after Andy Reid retires, I think as long as Patrick Mahomes is there and he has a decent supporting cast, they're going to be in the mix to win more Super Bowls and compete for them as well.
They're a tough team. Even though they weren't the number 1 seed, they defeated the seeds that were above them to earn their way to the Super Bowl. And then they beat, I feel, the best team in the NFC,
yes,
the San Francisco 49ers, to win it. The game, to me, was kind of boring to start out with. Even the first half was kind of blah. But then it really got going in the second half.
It was a defensive struggle. And San Francisco's defense, I thought, did a great job of containing the Chiefs early on, and even throughout the game, I thought overall did a very good job. And then they go and they fired their defensive coordinator, Steve Wilkes, which I just think is mind-boggling. Yeah. You really scratch your head at that one. But having said that, go focusing on the game, 49ers played well. They had a couple of bad breaks. I think they were driving in their first possession. Christian McCaffrey fumbled. Kansas City recovered to end that drive. Later on, you had on a punt. The punt hit off the leg of a 49er player. The return man saw it, tried to get it, but he fumbled it. That set up a Kansas City touchdown. Mm-hmm. Little things here and there, and also 49ers having to settle sometimes for field goals as opposed to getting touchdowns. Those little things kind of made the difference in the game.
Want to mention 2 people have already entered the contest on Facebook Live. Donald has selected number 6, which is the 9 seed. So, Donald, you have the 9 seed. And John in Clearwater selected number 7, and that is the number 1 seed. So, John in Clearwater, you've got the number 1 seed. And Donald, you've got the number 9 seed thus far in the East region. Neither one, however, were the numbers that Jason and Matt picked. So you still have a chance to win from Chick-fil-A as you enter. So that is the way the contest works. I want to get your thoughts on a number of other things. USF tomorrow.
Yes.
They've got their biggest game of the season, I think, against Florida Atlantic.
Against Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic was a Final Four team from a year ago. They're currently ranked. I believe number 20. USF has won 10 in a row, just on fire, having an outstanding season in the first year under Coach Amir Abdur-Rahim. He came over here from Kennesaw State. He turned Kennesaw State around and led them to a tournament appearance. And it's looking like the way things are going, he could be leading USF into the tournament in his very first year. Just a remarkable season thus far, and would be a major statement win if they can win tomorrow. That game is at noon, and it's going to be here at the at the Yuengling Center.
Right. Wouldn't it be neat to have USF in the NCAA tournament? And I agree with you. They have an excellent chance, regardless of the outcome of tomorrow's game.
Of the outcome, because they're record-wise, they're in first place in the American Conference. They only have 1 conference loss. And the last time they were in the tournament, it's been a little while. It was the 2011 season under Stan Heath. So that would be very exciting if they could get to the tournament.
Well, we'll see what happens. It's certainly a lot going on as far as college basketball is concerned. It's taking center stage along with the NBA and the NHL. The Lightning have a big game coming up this afternoon at 5 o'clock. I've been asked, why did they make it a 5 o'clock game? I don't know. The league did that today. I think My theory is because the game tonight, the outdoor game, is at 8.
That would be my guess,
that they didn't want any competition. But there are some other 7 o'clock games in the league. So it's not purely because of that, but that could be a possibility.
There's also a 3 o'clock game. I think it's Edmonton and someone 12:30. Yeah, so there's several games that all throughout the day at different times.
Well, now that football season is over, both college and NFL, the NHL and the NBA try and fill the gap on Saturdays and Sundays with their games. Go ahead, Matt.
The Kings and the Bruins are the only afternoon game today at 12:30. Edmonton and Dallas play at 3 o'clock. So too does Chicago and Ottawa. Everybody else is a night game.
Yeah. So, but 5 o'clock is afternoon technically.
Well, so is Calgary and Detroit. In Calgary, that's a 4 o'clock start. Everybody else is 5 o'clock or later.
Yeah. But 5 o'clock's afternoon.
Right. Well, it's weird. The only afternoon game tomorrow,
end in the evening.
Well, that's true, but we're splitting hairs here. The only afternoon game tomorrow is the 3 o'clock start, and it's the other outdoor game between the Rangers and Islanders.
They'll do that on the weekend. Obviously, during the weeknights, the games are going to be 7 or 8 or later.
It's weird, though. And to that point, Monday there's only 2 night games at 7 o'clock. Ottawa and the Lightning, and forget there's one other night game. Everybody else is a day game Monday because it's President's Day.
Right. NBA's the same way. They have
like most of the major weekday holidays, like President's Day, Martin Luther King Day. They'll play afternoon hockey during the week.
Although the NBA, I don't think is playing on Monday because they're just coming off the All-Star game on Sunday night. So, but anyway, lots to get to today. Some other things we want to remind you of. It was fun Tuesday night. The Magic retired Shaquille O'Neal's jersey, the number 32. Got a chance to talk briefly with Shaq, along with a whole bunch of other people. And it was so neat to see all of his former teammates be back with him. Penny Hardaway was there, and Donald Royal and Anthony Bowie.
As you say, Penny should have his number up there already. I'm surprised it took this long to even get Shaq's up there.
Well, I think Shaq should have been before Penny.
Sure.
Right, no, I agree.
So, and Penny will be the next one, I think, definitely. But lots of guys coming together that were back on that 1995 team that went to the NBA Finals and actually were favored to win the NBA Finals, but fell short against Houston. Nick Anderson, of course, was part of that. Jeff Turner was there.
Yep.
And, just neat to see all these guys back again. And then the retiring of the number. I threw this out to both of you guys before we started the show. An article in the Orlando Sentinel saying that they should have retired the exact replica of the jersey that Shaq wore rather than number 32 in the current Magic uniform style.
I agree 100% with that. And I'm a stickler about uniforms. He wore the jersey that he wore that the team had at the time is different from the one they have now. It should be what it was, the jersey that it was at the time he played, in my opinion. So I actually agree with that article.
So do I, but I noticed this, and to that point, what they do in Tampa, with the Lightning, they have 2 numbers retired, 4 for Vinny Lecavalier and 26 for Martin St. Louis, both in the current style. They should have done it in the black jerseys that the Lightning wore in the late 90s
see,
and
they
early
did
2000s.
the same thing.
Yeah.
They did the same thing as the Magic.
But correct me if I'm wrong, Marty St. Louis and Vinny Lecavalier both played some in the current jersey, the current uniforms.
They did.
They both did.
Not in the blue.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, they went to this. I'm pretty sure. Didn't they go to this blue in the early?
They had the black
2011, 2012.
Black and white, I think.
Well, they did, but I know the jerseys Jason's talking about, the ones they wore during the first Cup run in 2004.
Yeah.
That's what they should have been retired.
But I think to be authentic, it should be the exact type of jersey that they wore, the player wore at that time. I think that should be the way it should be done.
I want to say hello to Lori and Don watching on Facebook Live, Mike as well, and John, and a whole host of people tuned in today on Facebook Live. Glad to have you with us. And also, we've had some more selections in the contest. Don from St. Petersburg, who won the contest last week, the Super Bowl, he took number 4, and that is the 16 seed.
Oh, boy.
So
chance to make history.
As lucky as he was last week, not so much today.
You never know. The 16th seed for the first time. Win it all.
Yeah, it could happen. But
at least we saw them beat. We saw them beat a number 1 seed for the first time a couple of years ago. I think when the 16th seed beat Virginia, it was.
But still, no one has picked one of the 2 numbers that are the bonus from Chick-fil-A that Matt and Jason picked prior to the show. So that's where that stands. Also want to mention, we have some tickets today, courtesy of our friends here at WTAN for the Bay Area Renaissance Festival. And the Bay Area Renaissance Festival is running through the end of March, February 17th to March 31st. It's open Saturday and Sunday only from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., rain or shine. So if you would like a couple of tickets to the Bay Area Renaissance Festival, just mention it on Facebook Live or mention it when you call in, and we will give away some tickets to Renaissance Festival, the Bay Area Renaissance Festival. We need to hit a break, and then we will come back with more. Stay right where you are. More of the home team coming up. 3 numbers have been chosen. 13 remain. So you can pick those numbers and see what you get. The number 1 seed is gone. John from Clearwater did get the number 1 seed, but 2, 3, 4 are all still available. So go ahead and enter the contest. And Donald, we see that you'd like to go to the Renaissance Festival. We will send you out a couple of tickets for that. We will take a break. More of the home team coming up on a soggy Saturday here on the Tan Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 and 1350, FM 106.1, 102.3, and of course, Facebook Live.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
When you talk about ice rink development in West Central Florida, one name stands alone: Iceman Development, LLC. Gordy Zimmerman, president and founder of Iceman Development, has played an integral part in the construction of the Ice Sports Forum in Brandon, the training home of the 3-time Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Advent Health Center Ice Complex, a multi-million-dollar facility boasting 150,000 square feet, and ranked the top indoor ice rink facility by both the USA Today and Yelp. Iceman Development is currently involved in creating yet another outstanding ice rink facility in Trinity and Pasco County. Iceman's company mission is to build community projects that impact the area both in quality of life and economic growth. For more information, visit icemandevelopment.com. That's Iceman with 2 N's, development.com.
Folks, let me tell you about a gem of a restaurant in Carrollwood. It's Hank's Place, where you'll find some of the best barbecue, catfish, wings, sausage, gator, shrimp, and a whole lot more. Their meats are dry rubbed and slowly smoked. All of your favorite sides, too, from baked beans to collard greens to mac and cheese to onion rings. Are you hungry yet? Discover why Hank's Place at 8546 North Dale Maybury, just 100 yards north of Waters Avenue, is a place that locals have known about for years. Hey, would a guy like me lie to you about food? Hank's Place, a place to hang your hat and lick your fingers.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Vermost Insurance in Tampa Bay today at vermost.com.
Hundreds of sets of gently used golf clubs is what you'll find at T&D Golf Stores. Conveniently located at 4205 West Waters Avenue, half a mile west of Dale Mabry, T&D has the best repair facility with the largest selection of grips in stock. You'll find a wide variety of new and used golf balls, shoes, gloves, and accessories. Family owned and operated, check them out on the web at tndgolfstores.com. Open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
If there's one thing I'm particular about, it's my pizza. ABC Pizza House at 1242 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa. Great specials, too, like a large one-topping pizza for just $11.99 every Monday or Thursday, or 2 pizzas with 2 toppings every Tuesday for just $22.99. Spaghetti with 1 topping every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday for just $8.99. ABC Pizza House, 1242 West Hillsborough Avenue, 813-213-0929. Open every day, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. abcpizzahouse.com. Seeking intellectual delight? Tune in every Saturday at 2 p.m. on WTAN 1340 a.m. for Legal Candy with attorney Candace Gallucci. Candace delves into property insurance, law, and other hot legal topics. Don't miss Legal Candy on WTAN 1340 a.m. Unwrap the law one bite at a time.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back to the home team. Glad to have you with us on this rainy Saturday and rainy Sunday. And unfortunately, some outdoor things are struggling today and tomorrow. The State Fair, I know they were very concerned about the last two weekends.
I will say, though, that they have had great weather up to this point. And usually it's the opposite. Usually the starting point for the fair tends to be bad weather. Then it gets better. But it's unfortunately, it looks like it might finish with poor weather. But they've had great weather up to this point.
It is supposed to be nice on Monday, however,
day.
for President's Day, which is the last day.
Right.
So maybe a lot of people that have the day off will come out there on President's Day. We do have Renaissance Festival tickets. John has claimed a pair, as has Donald, so we will get those out to both of them. But if you would like tickets to the Renaissance Festival that runs starting in February the 17th, which is today, right?
That's right. Yes,
starts today and runs through March 31st, Saturdays and Sundays only. But if you would like to go to the Renaissance Festival, just let us know, and we will get you a couple of tickets.
Where's that located?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was looking all over this. It had been in Largo for a while, and it had been in like Temple Terrace for a while.
Yeah.
But if you Google it, Renaissance Festival, Matt can Google it and let us know where it is. I'm sure that it's somewhere here in the Bay Area.
I didn't know if it was here in Clearwater. Sure.
Yeah. Also, Mike has entered the contest on Facebook Live, and he has selected the number 13, which is the number 3 seed.
That's a good seed.
So, Mike, you've got the number 3 seed. Donald is saying that the Renaissance Festival is in Dade City this year.
Okay.
So that's not correct, Matt?
No, it is in Deerfield Beach.
Okay, that's over on the East Coast, though.
Yeah.
So it must be the local one here.
Okay. That's the Florida Renaissance Festival is over in Deerfield Beach.
Okay, but it's check Bay Area Renaissance Festival.
Got it.
So we'll try and get that right. But he is saying it's at 12838 Auten Road, Dade City, Florida.
All right. That is correct.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
So now we know where it is.
Yes,
it's in Dade City. If you'd like tickets to the Renaissance Festival, thank you, Don, for providing that information. Also, want to mention the Rays today are having their Fan Fest, which is indoors. So if you're looking for something to do, and spring training is underway, the pitchers and catchers have already reported, and I believe Monday is when the rest of the players will be there, and then a week from today is the first preseason game.
Out of curiosity, I pulled up online the projected lineup. It's interesting. Going to be a lot of different faces. Of course, you have some of their pitchers are still going to be injured. They're not going to play right away. But they had guys like there's Zach Eflin. I think is going to be the top guy at least to the start of the season. Mm-hmm. But others, Aaron Savali. Pepiot, I think, was the pitcher they got in the trade with Glasnow from the Dodgers. But, of course, you still got the familiar faces, Yandy Diaz, Randy Arozarena, Brandon Lau. A lot of those guys are going to be Isak Paredes are going to be there. So the Rays do a remarkable job of filling in the holes left by the departed players. Yeah. They get new guys. They may not seem like much, but boy, they sure seem to produce for the Rays. And when a team has made the playoffs, 5 or 6 straight years now, hard to argue with what they're doing.
Yeah. The Rays remind me of a particular store. And I'm not giving them a plug, but I do shop there. And the store that I'm thinking of is the Dollar Tree, which everything in the store is now $1.25. It's not $1 anymore due to inflation. But they have things that you wouldn't find anywhere that you don't really recognize, but it's cheap. And it's inexpensive, and they always have turnover. They always are bringing in new stuff as they get rid of the old stuff. And maybe the Rays are the Dollar Tree of the major leagues.
Good point.
Yeah,
that's a very good point.
You ever been to Dollar Tree?
Oh yeah, well, not in a while, but yes, yes. Absolutely. My grandmother, she used to be a frequent shopper there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was her. She almost practically lived there.
You can get some good deals on off-name products.
Yes.
Different sizes.
But but that's what the Rays do. That's what we've called the Rays way. But again, it's hard to argue with it when it works. When they've been.
Yeah.
Go back to 2008, the first year they made the playoffs and obviously went to the World Series that year. They've been one of the best teams in Major League Baseball during that time. And that's a while now. That's going back, almost 20 years. But they have made the playoffs consistently several times. They made it to another World Series, in 2020. They have they've won divisions. They've had tremendous records. Even last year, they won 99 games. Just unfortunate they had a lot of injuries going into the playoffs, or else they, who knows, maybe they might have gone further. But the Rays do a great job of getting players that produce.
And every year there are the naysayers that say, well, they're only going to be a 500 team, or they'll only win 83 games out of 162. But every year they seem to surpass their expectations.
Yes.
And win close to 90 or even more than 90.
That's right. So. And if you make the playoffs, you've got a shot. We always say, if you could make the playoffs, look at last year, the two teams that made it in there, Texas and Arizona. They certainly were not the best teams during the regular season, but when it mattered the most, they played their best baseball.
Texas knocked out the Rays in 2 straight, and their season was over. If you want to get into the contest again, 12 seats still remain. 4 have been chosen, and the 2 Chick-fil-A special numbers are still out there as well. Either do it on Facebook Live and just put in a number, and we'll tell you what seat you have, or you can join us on the phone lines at 727-441-3000. Just as John has. So let's go to John. He is next on the home team. John, thanks for joining us on a soggy Saturday morning.
Yes, good morning, Paul, Jason.
Good morning, John.
And to everyone. Great show as always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My friend Melissa was talking about going to the Fan Fest. Is that 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. today?
I believe it is. I think it starts at 10, might go to even later than 2, but I know 10 to 2 is for sure.
Excellent. She loves baseball, and she was talking about the Renaissance Festival last week, and I'll be taking her there too as well.
All right. Very good. Yeah, we'll send you out a couple of tickets in the mail. Tickets will go out on Tuesday because there's no mail on Monday.
And it turns out Rays Fan Fest is from 1 to 5 today.
1 to 5.
Oh, okay. 1 to 5. Great. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
We have some headlines here. Caitlin Clark, unbelievable scorer. Women's basketball is 99 points away from going ahead of Pistol Pete.
How about that? Wow.
For the all-time record.
Something?
Yeah.
What is she? Is she a sophomore, junior, or junior?
I believe junior. Junior. She's got 1 year left.
Oh, she'll definitely pass it.
She will say,
Yeah.
At University of Utah, I believe.
She's with Iowa, I believe.
Iowa, yeah.
Unless she opts to go to the WNBA and get that early paycheck. Right. But many are calling her the best college player of all time.
Was a remarkable career.
College player
very
of all
exciting.
Time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable the way she shoots. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And by the way, speaking of popular very popular women that are made it successful. Taylor Swift, we've talked about her with the Super Bowl and with Kelsey, of course, with the unfortunate happening in Kansas City where there was some shootings during the parade and the celebration. One person actually was killed. Taylor Swift is donating $100,000 to each family that was impacted by that.
Wow. Excellent. Excellent.
I've never met Taylor Swift. I really don't follow her. I don't know. I'm not a Swiftie, as some say, but I just am very impressed with someone that is. She's a billionaire, and the success she's had, I applaud her for her actions of taking a step like that.
Offering. I mean, it's kindness. It's kindness. It's all you do. Certainly, no one has to do something like that, but to do it, it's a nice.
She's not doing it for a tax write-off, as some do, but she's doing it purely out of her heart, and
definitely from the heart.
And I think I mentioned that for Christmas she gave every one of her employees $150,000 bonus.
Yes,
so she's extremely wealthy, but
very
she's
generous.
sharing the wealth. Very generous, and I applaud her for that.
As far as the Super Bowl, KC is 3 out of 5 years. What a dynasty!
And of course, and it's also kind of neat to think about the one that they lost was to the Bucks. And in dominant fashion. So you think about, yes, they are a dynasty, but you can also always say, hey, the Bucks beat them and beat them soundly that 1 year, Super Bowl 55.
And you know what they said, and I never realized this, the definition of a dynasty, and that is 3 championships in a row. That's considered a dynasty if you win 3 times in a row.
So that's the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, but I always looked at it as winning multiple championships in a brief period of time. See, I didn't ever even consider it if you have to win 2. Some people say you had to win 2 in a row to be part of that. I looked at it. I mean, if you win. If you win 3 out of 5 years, even if they weren't all in a row, to me, you're a dynasty.
Well, Pat Mahomes said we're a dynasty now.
Well, they are. They definitely are.
Yeah. But anyway, I still don't buy the fact, and some are saying that he is the GOAT, and I don't think that he is the greatest of all time yet.
No. He's the best quarterback right now in the game. To me, I absolutely believe that. As far as being the greatest of all time,
better than Mike Glennon.
Yes, we'll go back there. Mike Glennon might have a stronger arm, though. Okay, so look at that way. Look at it that way.
Is he better than Brad Johnson?
He could knock out the vendor in Section 312. No question about it.
But I think that let's wait till his career is over. And then, to be fair, you could start comparing then. And you could look at, I still find it hard to believe that anyone's going to catch Brady to win 7 Super Bowls, to go to 10. But again, you look at how long Brady played. I mean, he played till he was 44, 45 years old. Hard to imagine so many players are going to do that. That's just a rare breed there. But there have been so many great quarterbacks throughout history. My mom's favorite quarterback, Johnny Unitas. Now, granted, Unitas' best years were pre-Super Bowl era. He played in a couple of Super Bowls and won a Super Bowl with Baltimore, but he was part of what many consider the most significant game in NFL history, the 1958 championship game, where the Colts beat the Giants. That put the NFL on the map. So many would consider Johnny Unitas to be the greatest quarterback of all time, and there's so many others. Joe Montana going 4-0 in Super Bowls. Terry Bradshaw 4-0 in Super Bowls. There's so many different factors you can throw in there as to what makes the greatest quarterback of all time. Patrick Mahomes will be, at the end of his career, guaranteed, I think, top 5 greatest quarterbacks of all time, at least.
Guess who has joined us on Facebook Live? We have DJ Bolt joining us on Facebook Live. And DJ Bolt is the guy who plays all the music at Amalie Arena for the Lightning games.
Very nice.
He is watching today on Facebook Live. So DJ Bolt, great to have you with us. And most of the music he plays, I have no idea who it is, you know, but every now and then he'll play a song that I know, and I always enjoy that.
Well, Thunderstruck, I mean, that's obviously
AC/DC. I've come to learn that from the Lightning for sure. But anyway, John, we've got you down. Anything else you want to add to your comments?
They just announced Lefty Drizel passed away.
We just saw that on the TV.
Yeah.
Sad news there. Sad news there.
But, and then Tiger Woods yesterday had to bail out after the 6th hole due to flu. He was dehydrated, and they had to take care of him right there at the golf center.
Also, he's having a lot of issues with back spasms. I know the back has given him a problem for years. So I mean, you know, he's still out there competing. His body's clearly breaking down, not able to do what he once did on the golf course.
He's got 15 majors under his belt.
Yeah, hey, not bad.
Wow. Tremendous.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the show. I definitely enjoy the show.
Thanks so much, John. And we'll be sending you out those Renaissance Festival tickets.
Excellent. Thank you, Paul.
All right. We are going to hit a break, and then we will be back with more of the home team. If you want to join us, 727-441-3000. We see a number of you waiting there on hold. We'll be getting to you. 727-441-3000. Corey Long is also scheduled to join us in just a few minutes, so stay with us for that. And again, there's still 12 seeds available in the East region. 4 have been chosen, and the 2 Chick-fil-A bonus seeds are still out there as well. More of the home team coming up on the TAN Talk Radio Network, and also 1340 and 1350 AM and 106.1 and 102.3. 102.3 is in Dade City, by the way, the home of the Renaissance Festival. All of that coming up on the home team, and of course on Facebook Live.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
There's no place like this place anywhere near this place, so this must be the place. That's what they've been saying about the Palm Pavilion since 1926. The Palm Pavilion on the north end of the sparkling beach is a Clearwater beach landmark. Situated directly on the beach overlooking the Gulf of Mexico, the Palm Pavilion is the place to order cool tropical drinks and watch spectacular sunsets. Tempt your taste buds with perfect pasta, sizzling steaks, chicken or seafood wraps, shrimp and crab chowder. Come for a day or stay for the night. A casual atmosphere featuring live entertainment on the deck. The Palm Pavilion Inn and Beachside Grill and Bar on sparkling Clearwater Beach. Visit them on the web at palmpavilion.com, or better yet, visit in person, 10 Bay Esplanade on the north end of Clearwater Beach. The Palm Pavilion Inn and Beachside Grill.
We're talking with Pastor Chris Bonham, the senior executive pastor at Grace Family Church, and it's been around for a while, Pastor Chris. What do you attribute the longevity to?
We've been around for 27 years, and our senior pastor, Craig Altman, always has had the value of being real, being genuine. And I think that's really been the key to our longevity. The message hasn't changed. We're always going to be Bible-based, Bible-centered, but our genuineness allows us, as we've grown, to show we're not perfect. We're not always going to do everything right. And that allows us to be real. And I think when people see that, that's very inviting to them to realize they don't have to just be perfect as well. They can come just like they are, and God can meet them right where they're at.
You'll find services on both Saturday and Sunday at Grace Family Church, so check it out.
Grace Family Church, now with 8 locations, the newest at State Route 54 and Suncoast Parkway.
This is Paul Porter. For the past 12 years, we've not endorsed an air conditioning company on the home team until now. I'm happy to tell you about the family-owned and operated air conditioning company, Action Air Conditioning. David Russell and his family run their business with 3 principles in mind: honesty, integrity, and reliability. They've been in business since 1988. They service the entire home team listing area. From service to AC checkups to a whole new system, Action Air Conditioning is the AC company for you. Why do I speak so highly of Action Air Conditioning? I've used them many times at multiple properties, and I've been completely satisfied every time. Visit them on the web at actionairconditioning.com. That's actionairconditioning.com. Or you can call them at 813-935-6644. If you're in need of an air conditioning company, take it from me. Action Air is your company. 813-935-6644. 813-935-6644. actionairconditioning.com. This is Paul Porter. 10 years ago, my wife and I started a nonprofit ministry to help victims of domestic violence called Reach Out, Speak Out. I'm asking you, my loyal listeners, to consider a donation to help our ministry. If you'd like to join our auxiliary board or just be a friend to Reach Out, Speak Out by helping with your time, talents, or treasures whenever you're available, please contact us by visiting reachoutspeakout.org. Please send your donation to Post Office Box 4979, Tampa, Florida 33677. That's Reach Out, Speak Out, Post Office Box 4979, Tampa, Florida 33677. 501c3 number 471630804. No gift is too large or small, and all gifts are tax deductible. Thank you in advance for your help, and I hope you'll join us making a difference in our community.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Well, welcome back to the home team. Glad to have you with us. And we've already had more entries in the contest. DJ Bolt has selected the number 14, and that is the number 5 seed.
All right.
So he's got the number 5 seed in the East. Still, no one has one of the two Chick-fil-A bonus numbers yet. But as you call in or enter on Facebook Live, you can go for that. The Rubber Cement Man would like to have the number 8 seed, I believe, is what he's choosing. We'll confirm that with him. But the number 8 is his selection. Once we confirm that with him, we'll let you know what that number corresponds to. We have Kirk with us on the phone lines, and Corey Long going to be joining us right after Kirk. Hello, Kirk. You're on the home team.
Good morning. Hey, a couple of quick things. One, basketball continues in the high school ranks here in town. On Monday, Bloomingdale's at home. The girls were undefeated.
Okay.
And Academy of Holy Names is playing down at home. And then but Northside Christian girls. That's a new program a couple of years ago, and they're going to be moving on and playing another game in a regional semifinal.
Excellent. Very good.
And let me say, we really appreciate, Kirk, you keeping us informed. I wanted to mention to you, because I know that you follow girls volleyball quite a bit. There is a company up in Canada that is actually a sponsor of my brother's radio show called Six Pack Recruiting. And what they do is they help graduating high school senior volleyball players get scholarships to different universities. And they kind of walk you through it, and they help you contact different universities. Girls that are standouts in high school volleyball, they work with them, not only in Canada, but here in the United States as well. And we're endeavoring to get them on the show just to talk a little bit about what they do.
Great.
Because if you know a high school volleyball player that really excels in her play, she has a chance of getting a scholarship, a full scholarship to some of the top schools in the country. So we're going to try and have that on soon. So I thought you might be interested in that,
program.
Kirk.
So in speaking along that line, I was doing a girls lacrosse game the other day over at Northside and St. Pete, and found out that the goalie for them, she is going on scholarship to Rutgers to play lacrosse next year.
Outstanding.
And that's a Division I outstanding program. So, I mean, the girls in this area are really getting picked up by some good teams. And the other thing I want to talk about today is, what about this USF men's basketball?
Yes.
Yeah, we've been mentioning that.
Fantastic. And a big, huge game tomorrow against Florida Atlantic at noon. But what a great season and a great story thus far. Obviously, they were picked to finish, kind of near the bottom of the American Conference. They've got a first-year head coach, but what a job he's done. Amir Abdur-Rahim in his very first season. They got off to a kind of a so-so start. But, man, when they got on this roll, they've won 10 in a row.
And they're good. And the thing is, not only were they ranked toward the bottom of the conference, they were ranked in the bottom 10% of the country.
Yeah.
Division I programs. So to make that turn in this year, the worst case that's going to happen for them is they're going to get an NIT bid, and that would be action here probably. And then otherwise, they're going to be in the NCAAs, and anybody can cause some havoc in that this year.
Yes.
It's going to be pretty darn exciting.
It is. No, it's shaping up to potentially be the greatest season in USF basketball history. And I remember when I followed them.
When's the last time they went to the tournament?
2011. That was under Stan Heath. And of course, I think back to the Bobby Pascal years. The early 90s, right around that time, they had some very good teams that made the tournament then. And of course, prior to getting a football team, basketball was the main sport at USF. And I remember going to a lot of the games with my dad, who was a member of the Green Jacket Club, and they had a lot of good teams and good players. But this is shaping up to be a very special year for USF basketball.
Well, Kirk, let's get you into our contest. Pick a number from 1 to 16.
Has anybody taken 6 yet?
6 has been taken, yes.
What about 8?
8 is still available. It is still available.
We'll go with 8.
All right. It is. I have good news and bad news for you, Kirk. It's the number 15 seed, but it is the Chick-fil-A. It is the Chick-fil-A bonus number, one that I think, Jason, you picked 8, right? Uh-huh. So you've got Chick-fil-A coming your way, and also you got the 15 seed in the East.
Well, you never can tell. 15s have had some success, I think twice.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We'll get lucky.
Yeah, it has. It has.
Okay. Well, thank you much, because next weekend I'll be out doing soccer, so I probably won't get to call in. But maybe I can Facebook. We'll see.
Okay. Before you go, Kirk, I've just been advised by our Facebook monitor that the Rubber Cement Man took number 8. So RCM is going to get number 8, and he has the 15 seed. And just to be fair, pick a number from 1 to 16, Kirk, and I will still send you the Chick-fil-A.
Well, that's nice. 11?
11. 11 is the 11 seed. So it actually came out 11-11. So not only do you get the 11 seed, so you moved up 4 by going with the second selection, and you do get Chick-fil-A. So, all right.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Okay, we appreciate it.
Just tell Jason, I've been hitting your place at the fairgrounds.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yep.
All right. Yeah, you've been out to the fair then, Kirk?
I'm volunteering there nearly every day. I'm on my way right now.
Well, I hope they can get some people there today with all the rain and everything, but we'll see what happens.
Because Alessi's got those eclairs there that are just unbelievable.
The jumbo eclairs. Yeah, some people come to the bakery looking for those, and they make those exclusively for the fair. Those jumbo eclairs. That's like a meal in itself.
The eclairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eclairs.
I want to make sure we pronounce it right. The eclairs. All right. Kirk, thank you so much, Kirk. Always good to hear from you. Our friend Corey Long is joining us on the phone lines. Corey, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Paul. Thanks for having me on.
Well, we appreciate you being with us, and lots to talk about today. And, of course, I wanted to get your thoughts of the Super Bowl before we go any further. Pretty entertaining game.
Yeah, good game. They both teams made some good halftime adjustments. The difference came down to the 49ers doing some curious stuff on second down, which led to some third downs that allowed the Chiefs that put them in kind of short passing situations that allowed the Chiefs to do what they do blitz wise. And, you want to know really, I think Brock Purdy played a good game, and I'm not one of those guys that just comes on, I think there's a lot of negativity around him for whatever reason, but I will say that the one area where you could tell why he was regarded where he was as a prospect is kind of the physicality. He just struggles making certain physical plays, and that's the one thing that in order for him to really grow as a player, he's going to have to do. He's going to have to get bigger. He's going to have to get stronger. You could tell at certain points during that game he wasn't going to push the ball down the field. He was not, there were some windows there that he just didn't feel confident he could throw into.
Yep.
And, and that really allowed the Chiefs to control the game with their blitz, especially in the later part. So
I felt the difference in the game really came down to a couple of turnovers for the 49ers and also having to settle for field goals as opposed to getting into the end zone. I thought that made the difference.
Obviously the special teams, the muff punt on special teams, that's your Chiefs. That's your only touchdown drive in regulation for the Chiefs. That's a one-play, 15-yard drive. But the field goals, selling for the field goals, that's part of the that was part of the issue with their offense. There were windows there. There were situations where he just couldn't get the ball out fast enough. To deal with the blitz, he couldn't recognize the hot reads fast enough, and that was different. And also, the other team the Chiefs have Pat Mahomes. And,
that's right.
You go into overtime, you take the ball first, which makes absolutely no sense, and then you don't aggressively just go after the touchdown, which you're going to need. I don't even know why you bother kicking the field goal. You know who's on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
So, once you do that, I'm like, well, not only have you given Pat Mahomes the knowledge of knowing what he needs, but you've also given him 4 downs on every series, which, it's like, so you come out, they take the ball to 25 or wherever, and he knows it's 4-down territory on every single series, and he's got to go 75 yards to score, and it's just not, I'm not betting against him in those situations.
Right. Do you call the Chiefs a dynasty, Corey?
3. I mean, there's only a small handful of teams that have won 3 and 5. So, I mean, I guess that puts you in that conversation. You look, I mean, the Cowboys won 3 and 4 in the 90s. I think the Steelers did during their 4. They won 4 over a 6-year span. The 49ers won 4 over a 8 or 9-year span. So, the Patriots did a 3 and 4, and then later did, I think, a 4 and 6. So, this is exactly this is exactly like the dynasty cutoff. You're going 3 and 5, that puts you there.
Well, Corey, I want to switch over to the Lightning. They've got a big game today at 5 o'clock against the Florida Panthers, and 2 streaks are on the line. The Lightning have won, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Corey, I believe 7 straight home games, and the Panthers have won 8 straight road games coming into today's game. So one of those streaks will end.
Yeah, the Lightning have won. They've actually won 8 straight at Amalie, and the Panthers have won 10 straight on the road.
Okay,
so,
I had the numbers
yeah,
wrong.
So it's even a little bit. It's even they both teams have been even a little hotter than you would expect, and it's a fine matchup. The Panthers are a little bit more healthy than the Lightning are right now in terms of their players available. They've pretty much got their full starting roster out there.
And the Panthers have moved into first place in the Atlantic Division. They passed the Bruins.
And they're playing much better hockey than the Bruins, and it's kind of funny because we were talking about that Thursday night, and it said, does anybody really want to be first place in the Atlantic? It always seems to not work out well for you in the long run. So you might see a bunch of teams tanking some games at the end of the season.
Yeah,
just to get to that 2-3.
Interesting.
The curse of the President's Trophy. And we've seen that many times. Well,
yeah.
Corey, want to thank you for joining us today. We want to put you into our NCAA contest, too. What it is, we're picking numbers from 1 to 16 for the East region. And if that team ends up winning it all, you win a huge prize pack. So pick a number from 1 to 16, Corey.
Let's see. Has 5 been taken yet?
No, it has not. And that is the 8 seed. So you have the 8 seed right in the middle of the East region. Corey, thanks so much. We'll see you in a few hours at the Lightning game.
Absolutely, guys. You take care.
Okay, appreciate that. So let me give you a quick recap of the numbers that have been chosen. 4 by Don is the 16 seed. 5 by Corey is the 8 seed. 6 by Donald in Lutz is the 9 seed. 7 by John in Clearwater, the number 1 seed. 8 by the Rubber Cement Man is the number 15 seed. 11 by Kirk is the 11 seed. 13 by Mike on Facebook Live is the 3 seed. And 14 by DJ Bolt is the 5 seed. So all of those numbers have been chosen. But the number 2 seed is still out there, and another Chick-fil-A bonus. More of the home team coming up.
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Stacey Lynn. At the Munich Security Conference, Vice President Harris stood side by side with Ukrainian President Zelensky and promised the Biden administration will work to secure the resources and weapons that his country needs, but had a message for those who are delaying aid.
Political gamesmanship has no role to play in what is fundamentally about the significance of standing with an ally as it endures an unprovoked aggression.
Secretary of State Blinken is in Munich as well and met with Israel's president.
We're thinking of the genuine opportunities that lie before us for a better, more secure future for Israelis, Palestinians, and all of our friends in the region.
Former President Trump says he will appeal the judge's order for him to pay nearly $355 million for fraudulently inflating his net worth. Legal analyst Jessica Levinson on what happens now.
Just by virtue of saying, I'm going to appeal, that doesn't put off the requirement here, the legal requirement to pay these fines.
Trump had some harsh words for the New York judge who made the ruling.
We have a corrupt judge. He's not a respected man. And again, I said before, he's been overturned on this case by the appellate division 4 times already. It's a record. Nobody's ever been overturned on one case 4 times.
Trump's 2 sons were also each fined $4 million. CBS's Jennifer Kuiper with details on another car recall, this one affecting more than 90,000 vehicles.
Hyundai says owners of certain Genesis G70, G80, and G90 vehicles made between 2015 and 2019 should park them outside and away from structures until a repair is completed. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says that water can get into the starter solenoid and cause an electrical short, which can result in an engine compartment fire while parked or driving.
A new California law set to go into effect this summer will make sure there are no added fees tacked onto your concert, airline, or sporting event tickets, hotel rooms, utility bills, and restaurant tabs.
I think that's great. That especially someone that doesn't have a ton of money, that would be nice to know up front.
We see first, okay, what's on the menu? How much is this going to cost?
Not everyone agrees, though. A restaurant owner told the LA Times this means they'll have to jack up prices to make ends meet. Last Sunday's Super Bowl brought in a whole lot of money. It continues to break records. The Nevada Gaming Commission says people bet more than $185 million on the game. That in itself is an all-time high. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save nearly $750 on average. Call or click today and find out if we could save you hundreds on your car insurance.
This is Downtown Dade. How would you like to be able to promote yourself, your business, or someone else's business for less than the cost of one 60-second commercial on many Tampa Bay radio stations? Here's the deal. You can have your own 1-hour radio program on the Tan Talk Network for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many Tampa Bay stations. Your program will be on 2 Tampa Bay radio stations and will cover 4 million people in Florida, plus worldwide on the internet in both audio and video. And you'll have a web link for your business on the Tan Talk 1340 website. We provide the producer, the state-of-the-art equipment, pre-production of commercials, and much more. Check it out today. Call Lola O'Brien, the Irish Hawaiian, at 727-510-7622. That's 510-7622. Call Lola O'Brien now, 727-510-7622. Call now and your 1-hour radio program can start tomorrow. Call 510-7622 for Lola O'Brien, the Irish Hawaiian, at the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Tune in to the Shrink and Wrap Show here on Tan Talk Radio. Our stories and our topics will include, but are not limited to, everyday issues. We're here for you, for our listeners. We want to know what's important to you. So again, don't miss us on Tan Talk Radio. Tune in again, Shrink and Wrap Show. We'll see you then.
That's the Shrink and Wrap Show, every Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hello, this is the one and only Robbie the Shark. I want to welcome you to the new program coming every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with the program It's All Groovy, man. I just want a bunch of folks in front of my porch. Let's have a Coca-Cola, a sweet tea, or whatever your drinking flavor is, and let's just talk about life and how far we've come. Remember, that's every Wednesday at 8 p.m. It's on the only 1340 WTAN Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hey listeners, tune in to Nostalgic Radio and Cars Tuesdays at 7 p.m. I play some groovy 60s, 70s music and talk about far-out cars. I'll bring you up to speed on some bitchin' car shows, swap meets, and vintage racing. So join us Tuesdays at 7 p.m. on the Tan Talk Radio Network. Listen to my interviews with special car guys, celebrities, racers, builders, customizers, and collectors. We'll discuss cars, auctions, values, restoration, project cars, and parts. We'll have featured cars. We'll talk about test drives. We'll include topics on boats, planes, and vintage musical instruments. So tune in to Nostalgic Radio and Cars Tuesdays at 7 p.m. on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Join the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection live from Ferg Sports Bar and Grill every Saturday from noon to 2 as we cover Tampa Bay sports, from the Pee-wees to the preps to the pros, providing a positive perspective in our weekly interviews with NFL alumni and Florida Sports Hall of Fame inductees, as well as collegiate, high school, youth coaches, and players, conversations from the clubhouse, as well as entertaining guests weekly. So be sure to have a championship day with the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection Saturdays from 12 to 2 on the Tan Talk family of stations.
Tampa Bay's Tan Talk, entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
The Rays have won the American League pennant. Tampa Bay Lightning win their second straight Stanley Cup.
And when the Super Bowl ended, the ball would be in the hands of Tom Brady.
I don't know why we ever think it won't. It's time for the home team. The home team is brought to you in part by Grace Family Church. Just try it. By Tampa Bay area Chick-fil-A restaurants. By Vermost Insurance. By Mahoney's Auto Repair. By the Palm Pavilion on Clearwater Beach. By Irish 31, the place to catch your favorite team in action. By Iceman Development, LLC. And now, here he is, the arena voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Orlando Magic, and the press box voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Paul Porter.
Thank you, Bill Carl, and welcome to hour number 2 of the home team here on the Tan Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 and 1350, FM 106.1 and 102.3, and Facebook Live. And a number of you have entered the contest. We've had 8 entries in the contest thus far, and 8 still remain. So the numbers that are still available, 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, and 16. Those are the 8 numbers that still remain if you want to get into our East region of the NCAA Final Four contest. Jason, we were talking off the air, but some big news as far as Alessi Bakery is concerned.
Yes. We had kind of our opening presentation, if you will, the other night. We're going to be moving the bakery to a new location. It's going to be a couple of blocks down over the next couple of years. It's a couple of years off, but to the old Tampa Letter Carriers building that is right there on Cypress, a couple blocks down, closer to MacDill Street. The Tampa Letter Carriers, of course, was a long-time gathering for wedding receptions, various parties, many concerts through the years. It's been there a long, long time, but we're going to use that building. We're going to be remodeling some.
Okay.
It's going to kind of keep the outer shell of the building, but there's going to be a lot of remodeling and opening up. But it's going to be very, very nice.
Wonderful.
It's going to be a lot bigger than our current location there at on Cypress Street. There's going to be various stations. Of course, we're still going to have a deli, cakes, decorating station, but also for rotisserie chickens, pizzas, a salad bar, and others. Going to be a lot of indoor seating. So it's we're looking forward to that. So we're currently in the process of working on that, and maybe within over the next couple of years, that'll be the new home of Alessi Bakery.
Wonderful. I'm sure your dad and your grandfather are looking down and smiling.
Yes.
Seeing how well you've done.
I'm sure
there.
they'd be very, very proud. Yeah. So that's big news. So we're excited about that.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a long time coming. The building we're currently in, it's been there a long time. It was actually been there long before it was Alessi Bakery. So it's an older building. There's always some issues with older buildings between the roof leaking or other things here and there. So it was time to for new change.
How long have you been in that building?
That building's I know that.
Or how long has Alessi Bakery been in that building?
We've been in that building since the 1970s. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, my dad bought it. It was a place called Don's Bakery. I think it was Don Traina who used to own it. That my dad purchased it from a long time ago. So it's So the building has been there. May have even been there since the 1950s. I don't know. Certainly since the 60s. So it's been there a while.
Wow. Well, congratulations on that.
Good,
and
thank you.
Look forward to that
We're excited
coming
about
down
that.
the line.
Yes.
Absolutely. Let's continue along on the phone lines. Donald is with us next. Hello, Donald. You're on the home team.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I hold it a little bit longer, but very cool. Had a great outing last Saturday for DeSoto. I called you guys from the water, catching a bunch of trout and some ladyfish.
It was a little nicer last Saturday than today.
Yeah, it's better fishing weather.
Oh, yeah. Much better. I'm glad it was last Saturday and not today, because we would have been canceled, because it's so fun out on the kayak. I mean, when you're on a boat, usually you have like covers
right
on top or something. But nope. When you're out in the kayak, you're open to the elements.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, outstanding.
But the Lightning, got a nice streak going. And Panthers 10 in a row on the road. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. To not only to win 10 in a row is impressive, but to have 10 road wins.
Yes.
That's almost unheard of.
Of course, and the Panthers, again, they were in the Stanley Cup Finals last year.
Yeah.
They're a very good team. And, of course, they being having the in-state rivalry always adds to it. It's funny. I remember when the Lightning and the Panthers were 1 year apart when they first came into the league. And for the longest time, to start with, the Panthers dominated that series. The Lightning always seemed to have trouble going up against
Especially
Florida.
in South Florida.
And so, absolutely. And of course, the Panthers, early on in their existence, I think maybe just their third year, in 1996, they made it to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to Colorado, but they were there. So the Lightning were always kind of looking up at the Panthers until things eventually changed. But it's exciting to see both teams really, really good, adding to the intensity of that rivalry.
Yeah, this should be a great game this afternoon at 5 o'clock, and want to call everyone's attention to that. Don't show up at 7 or you'll be there for the end of the third period. So be there at 5 when the game starts. And Donald, we got some Renaissance Festival tickets heading out to you. You'll be heading out to Dade City to enjoy the Renaissance Festival.
Yeah, that's not too far from my house here. It's only like 40 minutes. So I told Liz about it. She's very excited.
Good.
We're going to go on the day they have called Shamrock and Shenanigans.
Okay.
On March 17th, we're going to go.
I don't know if they have tacos, though, so that might you might have to rework that.
No, they do have it. Turkey leg.
Okay.
Oh, yes, the giant turkey leg. Great.
Giant turkey leg.
There you go. All right. Well, we got you in the contest, Donald. You've got the number 9 seed in the East region. So wish you the best of luck there. We got a busy phone line, so we got to move along.
All right, you guys take care. Stay safe out there, and highlight everybody fishing.
All right. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Well, we're joined by Larry. Remember Larry from St. Petersburg. Haven't heard from him in a while.
I could tell with the weather here, he's probably not doing the lawn today.
That's true.
Not the yard work.
He used to always call us when he was mowing his lawn.
Yes.
Hello, Larry.
Yeah. Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Good,
It's been a while.
Yes,
great
it
to talk to you.
has. Glad you've joined us.
The last 2 months of Saturday, I've been busy. I said, this day, I didn't have anything planned. So let me give you guys a call.
Oh, so glad you did.
Yeah,
I've always said when you don't have anything planned, there's always the home team.
That's right.
So
No, I don't want to say it. I don't want to take it that way, Paul.
well, I don't have anything to do today. I'll call Paul. No, that's okay. We just appreciate your call.
Yeah, and I stopped doing the yard on Saturday. I rest that day a little bit. So I don't
good for you.
I do it on a weekday now.
There you go. There you go.
But looking at the sporting, I know the Super Bowl, I think when they changed that rule, it was a good thing. But I think that who get the ball first, they never thought about that. I know in college, you'd rather get the ball second.
Right.
To see what the first team do. But I guess this is the first year, so I'm sure that the San Fran policy, maybe we should have gotten the ball second, but they didn't know it was going to happen.
Well, Larry, it's funny. They've changed the rules so much in recent years. Obviously, with overtime, for the longest time, the team that scores first, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, regardless of who got the ball first, won the game. Then they wanted both teams to have a shot, so they changed it. If the team that gets the ball first kicks a field goal, the other team has a chance to go. But if the team that scores first gets a touchdown, they win. Well, now...
And that may have been why San Francisco chose to take the ball.
I think the overtime rules are different in the postseason. It's still the same in the regular season. If the team gets the ball first in overtime and scores a touchdown, the game is over. But in the postseason... both teams will get a shot at the ball, even if the team that possesses it first scores a touchdown.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that.
I believe that's the case. So I think it's going to be very confusing. Plus, I think the 49ers had just been on defense for a while to end regulation. I don't think they wanted to put the defense back out there.
That's probably the biggest
they're
reason.
going to be exhausted.
Yeah.
So you could have Kansas City just march right down the field, score a touchdown, and put them at a disadvantage. So I think that played a factor too.
There really is a strategy if you win the coin flip as to whether you want the ball or decline. So that really is a strategy in that. Larry, we want to get you into our NCAA contest here. Here are the numbers still available: 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 12, 15, and 16. So pick one of those numbers.
Yes. One of them, let's go with number 1.
Number 1, that is the number 6 seed. So you've got the number 6 seed in the East, Larry.
Okay, we'll see what happens. It was crazy. I know Florida Atlantic, I can't remember what they were last year. They made it to the Final Four.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, and of course, they're playing our USF Bulls. Are having a great year. The USF and Florida Atlantic tomorrow at noon. It's going to be a big one.
They're going to put it on TV because it's
yes. Oh yeah, no, that'll definitely be
it's on
TV.
ESPN.
Okay, good.
That's good. Then I guess USF coming along.
Yeah.
Would you guys have a good? Hopefully, it'll be those 2 or 3 months. I call again.
I hope so. And anytime you don't have anything to do, give us a call.
Even if you have something to do, call us anyway.
But I mean, thinking about you guys, I know Paul with Orlando, the guy that made it to the All-Star game. I know you're happy about that.
Very, yeah. Paolo Banchero, I went up and congratulated him and shook his hand, and he said, "Thank you very much. I appreciate it." And good guy. He really is a good guy.
I think they got that pick right. They really did.
Oh yeah,
with him.
He's the real deal.
But most guys that go to Duke are good guys. Most of them are.
Yeah.
They go to Duke. You went to a good school.
And they got a good head on their shoulders. So
yeah, true.
That's good point. Larry, thanks so much.
Okay.
We appreciate it. We need to hit a break, and then we will come back with more of the home team. We still have Anthony and Lee and Don. Hang on. We're going to get to all of you guys. And again, we also have Liz has just entered the contest. She took number 2, which is the number 12 seed. So, Liz, you have the number 12 seed in the NCAA East region. We'll take a break. More of the home team coming up on the TAN Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 at 1350, FM 106.1, 102.3, and Facebook Live.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Hi, Paul Porter here, asking for your help. Bobby Maggie at Maggie Tax and Maggie Gives Back Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, supports and devotes its resources to assisting people in need. The Maggie Gives Back Foundation strives to help families who have fallen on hard times and are at risk of losing their homes with 1 year of mortgage or lease payments. Help us nominate a deserving family, and we need your help. If you share our belief in giving a hand up, not a handout, then we urge you to donate or nominate today to MaggieGivesBack.com. To nominate a deserving family, visit www.maggiegivesback.com or call us for program details. Once again, that's www.maggiegivesback.com or call 813-850-0131 for details.
What is Irish 31? It's the People's Pub, inspired by former USF football star Jay Mize, who wore number 31 for the green and gold. Irish 31, with 7 Florida West Coast locations, is your place to enjoy your favorite team in action. From Bucks to Bulls, Rays to Bolts, enjoy your favorite beverage or sample delicious food from their chef-inspired menu. Check out irish31.com to find the location nearest to you. Irish 31, your home team headquarters. Honest Mahoney's. That's what people have been calling LZ Mahoney for more than 35 years. Honest LZ Mahoney. The name really says it all. Mahoney's Auto Repair is a place you can trust. In fact, it was some of his loyal customers that came up with the name. Generations of people who've been taking their cars to 4040 54th Avenue North for 3.5 decades. Do you need some work done on your car? If his loyal customers call him Honest Mahoney's, that should tell you something right there. The next time you need work done on your car, take it to my friend LZ Mahoney's. He's been a part of the home team for nearly 20 years. Mahoney's Auto Repair. Or just remember Honest Mahoney's, 4040 54th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, a place that people have called home for more than 35 years. Honest Mahoney's, 4040 54th Avenue North in St. Petersburg. This is Paul Porter to tell you about the place to save big dollars on nearly new hockey, golf, baseball, and football equipment, and more. Check out Second Time Sports, Main Street, next to Walmart, just west of Belcher. Gently used sports equipment at significant savings is what you'll find at Second Time Sports. Call 727-784-0007 or check them out at secondtimesports.com. Don't pay full price for sports equipment without first checking out Second Time Sports, 2104 Main Street, just west of Belcher, next to Walmart. My new windows from FAS Windows and Doors are in. I couldn't be happier with the job they did, from measuring perfectly to prompt and exact installation. How did I choose FAS over all the other window companies? I've known Ernie and John Wilding for nearly 20 years. They're Central Florida and West Central Florida's largest volume window and door dealer, with showrooms and distribution facilities in both Tampa and Orlando. As you know, I never endorse a product or service unless I've used them or thoroughly researched them. Their objective is providing the best quality windows and doors on the market at reasonable prices with a customer service level that is unsurpassed in the industry. Never an obligation when you call 866-737-7173 or visit them on the internet at faswd.com. Call 866-737-7173. You'll be glad you did. I sure am.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back to the home team. Glad to have you with us. 6 numbers still remain as far as our East region is concerned that you can enter on Facebook Live or by calling us on the phone lines. And each of those that are on hold right now, currently Anthony, Don, and Lee, you are all going to get a team. So there'll be 3 more after each of those gentlemen receive their numbers. But let's go right back to the phone lines because it's been a busy, soggy Saturday here on the home team. And coming up next, we have, Anthony is with us next. Hello, Anthony. You're on the home team.
Hey, good morning, guys. A little update concerning the Dollar Tree. Beginning in March, the prices are going to go up from $1.25. So you might want to take advantage of the low prices, which are pretty competitive on some items.
How much are they going up to, Don? Anthony?
I think a couple of weeks ago, I went in and a loaf of bread was, I believe, $2 to $3. So that pretty much tells you what to look forward to once the prices are bumped up.
Wow. I can't imagine them going. I could see maybe going to $1.50 or something like that. But would they go from $1.25 to $2? I mean, then they'd have to call it the $2 tree.
$2 tree. Right.
See the things you learn here on the home team that you won't find any of this on any other sports talk show.
Yeah, in regards to the Super Bowl, I'm going to hit it on two fronts regarding the window dressing. First of all, before I put praise to any particular celebrity or player or whatever the person might be, up front, the activities they put forth, can it be hiding something they do in the background? And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it to the individuals to do their own research on certain people they praise in the media or in whatever outlets are out there. Second, if Purdy had won the Super Bowl, would we be talking about Mahomes in the same tone as we are now? I don't think so. I think there's a lot of things, a lot of factors that benefited Mahomes, and we're talking about Coach Reed and Spagnuolo. Second of all, Tony Romo was not fit for play-by-play. His voice just doesn't carry over.
Yeah.
It's grating to the ears. He tends to lower down to whisper. You can't make out what he's saying. He's not a Troy Aikman. He's definitely not a Chris Collinsworth, who are pretty much fantastic on play-by-play, which was a disservice to Jim Nantz, because I think he could have carried on it by himself.
Something I think you'll enjoy, Anthony. Tom Thibodeau is the coach of the New York Knicks, and he has that
very
raspy voice.
Yeah.
One of the referees at the game on Wednesday night, he came over to me, and of course, Tom Thibodeau was in his usual form. You just barking at every call that was made, and he said, "How'd you like to have to listen to that? I pity his poor wife," and it was kind of funny because it was, in the heat of the game, the referee during the timeout came over and said that, and I thought it was funny. But yeah, you talk about broadcasters. Sometimes, well, who was the guy? He was a college coach. He had a terrible voice because he actually was choked by one of the Golden State
PJ
Warriors.
Carlesimo.
PJ Carlesimo.
Yeah.
His voice is just painful to listen to.
With Sprewell, Latrell Sprewell, when he choked PJ Carlesimo. Yeah.
And his voice was never the same.
Right.
I think it damaged his voice box, and he is tough to listen to.
Some commentators are better than others. I mean, I don't mind Tony Romo. He's not my favorite, but he sometimes
his voice is kind of hard to listen to.
It's not the best. Yeah, not the best.
Yeah.
But
two major points following that I found really disturbing was, do you guys remember who scored the winning touchdown for the Chiefs in that game?
Yeah, in the Super Bowl?
In the Super Bowl.
I'm sure Jason does.
No. Was it was it Valdez-Scantling or?
Mecole Hardman. And do you remember how much time they focused in on him before they switched it to the celebrity box with the Darling and all her guests in there? That was totally embarrassing. And what a dishonor to that one guy to take away that moment of his winning that game for the Chiefs, and they don't give him at least a couple of minutes of recognition. And lastly, the whole incident with Kelsey and Coach Reed. You notice that one of the guys in the panel brought it up, and they shut him down. They didn't want to focus in on that. That's a major incident, and you can't. I don't care how popular the guy is, and you sweep it under the rug like that. It's totally embarrassing.
Kelsey was 100% in the wrong. He's a hothead. He can't control his temper sometimes. Yeah, when he bumped into Reed pretty hard. Could have easily knocked Reed down. Someone else made a comment. Kelsey's a big guy, an athlete in the prime of his career. Andy Reid is 65 years old, so that's not a fair matchup. And that's Kelsey was in the wrong. So and he wanted to not talk. Yeah,
not only bumped into him, but screamed at him, demanding for him to be put in.
I didn't like that either.
Coach Reed downplayed it after the game and said that's the way he is, and I accepted his apology.
And Reed has the kind of personality that thankfully that could work out. God forbid. I mean, what if that was Mike Ditka or someone? I mean, oh man, you might have fisticuffs on the sideline.
Yeah, I only recall one player for the Bucs actually getting in the face of a coach, and that was Keyshawn Johnson. In front of Gruden, but he didn't lay a hand on him. Right. And then you're talking about Gruden, who's not the age of a Reed. To me, it just this whole Super Bowl. I'm not going to rate it as a top to me, it doesn't rate up there. I mean, it was entertaining somewhat, but yeah, all the hype behind it, I don't buy it. And it's not taking anything away from Mahomes. I think the kid's a stellar player. He's really up front when his post-game conversations. It just shows his demeanor. But when I pictured both him and Purdy in the first half of the game, and even going into the second half, Purdy was still composed. Mahomes was a shambles in the first half.
Yeah,
So,
Purdy played a very good game, and he's a very, very good quarterback. It's just, it seems like, Mahomes, they talk about sometimes you will your team to win. It might not be going great at all times, but it seems like Mahomes, he does that. I mean, he led them throughout the playoffs. And
Anthony, we got to move along, but pick a number to get you in the contest here.
I'm going to go with 4 if it's still available.
No, 4 is gone. What's available is 3, 9, 10, 15, 16, and 12.
Let's go with 15 since it's one of the Patriots' Super Bowl winning years. So I'll go with 15.
All right. That is the number 13 seed. You've got 13 in the East, Anthony.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Go Lightning tonight.
All right. Go Bolts. Yep. We need to get a break and then more of your phone calls. We're also going to try and hook up with Gordy Zimmerman. He says that he's ready to go. So all of that coming up. Still have Renaissance Festival tickets, too. We got a couple of pair we've given out, but if you would like a pair of tickets to the Bay Area Renaissance Festival, thanks to Big Ed and all the people here at the Tan Talk Radio Network, we have those for you, too. More of the home team coming up on the Tan Talk Radio Network, FM 106.1, 102.3, and AM 1340, 1350, and Facebook Live.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
When you talk about ice rink development in West Central Florida, one name stands alone: Iceman Development, LLC. Gordy Zimmerman, president and founder of Iceman Development, has played an integral part in the construction of the Ice Sports Forum in Brandon, the training home of the 3-time Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Advent Health Center Ice Complex, a multi-million-dollar facility boasting 150,000 square feet and ranked the top indoor ice rink facility by both the USA Today and Yelp. Iceman Development is currently involved in creating yet another outstanding ice rink facility in Trinity and Pasco County. Iceman's company mission is to build community projects that impact the area both in quality of life and economic growth. For more information, visit icemandevelopment.com. That's Iceman with 2 N's, development.com. Your number one home team fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Vermost Insurance Agency is a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, and secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit the Vermost Insurance Agency in Tampa Bay today at vermost.com. That's vermost.com. We're talking with Pastor Chris Bonham, the senior executive pastor at Grace Family Church. And it's been around for a while, Pastor Chris. What do you attribute the longevity to?
We've been around for 27 years, and our senior pastor, Craig Altman, always has had the value of being real, being genuine. And I think that's really been the key to our longevity. The message hasn't changed. We're always going to be Bible-based, Bible-centered, but our genuineness allows us, as we've grown, to show we're not perfect. We're not always going to do everything right. And that allows us to be real. And I think when people see that, that's very inviting to them to realize they don't have to just be perfect as well. They can come just like they are, and God can meet them right where they're at.
You'll find services on both Saturday and Sunday at Grace Family Church, so check it out.
Grace Family Church, now with 8 locations, the newest at State Route 54 and Suncoast Parkway.
This is Paul Porter to tell you about the place to save big dollars on nearly new hockey, golf, baseball, and football equipment, and more. Check out Second Time Sports, Main Street, next to Walmart, just west of Belcher. Gently used sports equipment at significant savings is what you'll find at Second Time Sports. Call 727-784-0007 or check them out at secondtimesports.com. Don't pay full price for sports equipment without first checking out Second Time Sports, 2104 Main Street, just west of Belcher, next to Walmart.
Walmart. If there's one thing I'm particular about, it's my pizza. ABC Pizza House at 1242 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa. Great specials, too, like a large one-topping pizza for just $11.99 every Monday or Thursday, or 2 pizzas with 2 toppings every Tuesday for just $22.99. Spaghetti with 1 topping every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday for just $8.99. ABC Pizza House, 1242 West Hillsborough Avenue, 813-213-0929. Open every day, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. abcpizzahouse.com. Hello, brilliant listeners. For an intellectually stimulating and entertaining legal journey, don't forget to tune in every Saturday at 2 p.m. Join us on WTAN AM 1340 radio for Legal Candy with the exceptional attorney Candice Colucci. It's the home for your legal cravings. Don't miss Legal Candy, only on WTAN 1340 AM with attorney Candice Colucci.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back to the home team. Glad to have you with us on a busy Saturday, soggy morning. We have Gordy Zimmerman joining us on the phone lines. Hello, Gordy. Welcome back to the home team.
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Good.
Good
morning.
morning.
Trying to stay dry.
Yeah, we're out on the golf course, believe it or not.
Oh, no.
Molly's got a B&I group. She chickened out, though. She's sitting in the car with the seat heat on.
Well, she's the smart one, I think.
I take it as it's not an indoor golf course. I guess the only place I've heard about that was it's the mall. Is it the mall in Minnesota has an indoor golf course?
Probably miniature golf.
Miniature, yeah.
Probably there and probably Edmonton and maybe in Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah, Dubai has everything. You're right about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you just had a big announcement this past week, Gordy. Tell us about that.
Yeah, really good. Appreciate letting us speak about it. So we launched our G Sport program. It's an extension of our school at Generation Christian Academy, and so we're going with a full-blown 11 sports are now interested, Paul. We've sold 7, and we've got 4 in the hopper. And when I say that, it's like an operating agreement. And so we've got a multiple of sports coming, figure skating, hockey, soccer, lacrosse, golf, basketball, volleyball. We're looking at cheer, baseball, MMA, which is mixed martial arts, and U.S. football, believe it or not. The Olympic sport coming up, so we're excited about that too.
Wow! So that is a lot to digest, but congratulations on that. That's outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're pumped about it. We're going to add an NHL hockey rink out there in Trinity, right near Mitchell High School as well, and so it'd be great for the community. And the Lightning gave us a good quote. Steve Gregg's, full support from the Lightning and community hockey, and we've got big support from the county. Obviously, it's going to be a great situation for that whole area and to provide something for the families and, an elite sports program. We have a lot of, international athletes, coaches and professionals, former alumni, NHL alumni guys interested in working with us. So really going to be a special program for the kids. And, we're starting with 6th grade through 10 this year, and then we go to 12 next year.
All right. Outstanding.
Yeah, a lot of development programs, too, for the young kids. So we'll have the clinics after school, a lot of, hockey and the skating and all the sports. So can't wait to get her going. It's going to start up the fall of 24.
Outstanding. Well, very good. There's so much to talk about. I'm going to try and get out there and visit some of that's going on, and we really are excited about that.
Yeah, I want to get you out there live, Paul. We'll have an event when we make our next announcement. We got a few more announcements coming up.
Okay.
And some really exciting projects that are going to be an extension of what we're doing out there in the overall development. So stay tuned. And when that happens, Paul, we'll get you out there and Jason live. And, there's going to be a big announcement coming up here shortly.
Very good.
So, yeah, definitely.
We're excited to be a part of it. We've grown with you, Gordy. So we really appreciate all that you've done for the home team. And we're so happy to be associated with it.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Hey, how about the Lightning, man? They're playing great.
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
huge
they are.
game tonight with the Florida Panthers. Corey Long was on with us earlier. The Panthers have won 10 in a row on the road, and the Lightning have won 8 in a row at home. So it's quite a collision coming up.
Yeah, we're going down tonight. We're sitting up in the Channel Club. It'll be fun. We got Johnny Scott coming with us. Haven't been to a game with him yet. He's the CEO of our entire project, and look forward to getting him down to a hockey game with his wife. And my grandson's actually in the intermission tonight.
Oh, wow,
wonderful!
All right,
yeah, they're playing a little mite game in the intermission. So
I think that'll be the first intermission, right?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Well, Gordy, thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and maybe I'll see you at the game tonight.
Okay, Paul. See you, Jason.
All right, Gordy. Good talking to you. Thank you.
All right, let's continue on the phone lines. We have Lee with us next. And by the way, the number 3 was chosen by David Otis, and he has the number 2 seed. So congratulations to Otis, the number 2 seed. Congratulations there. And there are still 4 numbers that remain, 9, 10, 12, and 16. And one of those is the 4 seed. So I'll pass that along to you. Hello, Lee. Welcome back to the home team.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Morning.
Doing good. You staying dry out there in Zephyr Hills?
Yeah, well, it's raining pretty good here now.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear. It was nice to hear old caller Larry. I haven't heard him in age.
Well, we're like a family here at the home team, and he's part of it from the past. He's been busy on Saturdays, and he didn't have anything to do today, so he called us. No, that's okay.
I think
we're glad.
And I think Anthony's politics is shading how he feels about the Kansas City, but that's all I'll say there.
Yeah, you can kind of sense that, but that's okay. He's glad to express his opinion, and that's what this show is about.
Listen, I was going for the 49ers to win, but Kansas City, you can't deny they're the dominant team right now, and they've been to go to 4 Super Bowls in 5 years to win 3 of them. It's very impressive, and they have great players. They have a great coach, and a lot of people forget about what Andy Reid did at Philadelphia. Leading them to the playoffs almost every single season, leading them to a Super Bowl. So he's been a dynamic coach going back to the late 90s.
Good point.
If the game's on the line, I'll take Mahomes anytime to lead me down there if you need a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I totally concur with that. He is the current modern day best quarterback out there.
He is.
I would totally agree.
And it was nice to see Bazzi have the game he had the other, and he was definitely the number 1 star of the game. I think he's back on his game.
I would agree. I think he is. And, when someone commented on Facebook, I was just looking at that they like how they show the little kitty in the penalty box, the superimposed in the penalty box when the Panthers get a penalty. So
that's cool. I didn't know that they did that. That
for
is
that
funny.
tonight. Yeah. They do a meow instead of the growl.
I like it.
So let's get you in the contest, Lee. Still available.
I'll take 16.
16. You've got the number 4 seed.
How about that? Good.
Best available seed still left. So you've got the number 4 seed, Lee. Thank you so much.
Okay, very good. All right, who won the contest? I didn't hear the first hour. Who won
Don won. Don in St. Petersburg. He was 2 points off, had the 49ers score exact, and was just 2 points off on the Chiefs score.
Don's very good. If I was betting, I would take his choices.
Yeah, he's had success. That's for sure. All right.
All right. Have a good week.
We appreciate that. Speaking of Don,
take care.
He's here right now.
All right.
Hey, Don, you're on the home team.
Hello,
Don.
Some of
there we go. There he is. I wonder if he has us on speakerphone. Hello,
No.
Don.
I don't have you on speaker, but I was surprised about the broadcast with Nance, especially at one point of the game when the Chiefs, they thought that it was a first down and it wasn't. They thought it wasn't marked correctly, and they were surprised that they didn't call a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little bit surprised that they went that far on a broadcast and kind of challenged it in that kind of way. I think there were things about that broadcast by the third quarter, I was just tired of them, both of them. Nance really was, his voice going high and low, high, low, high, low. It was just a little bit too inconsistent.
Well, I think with Jim Nance, and I'm sorry to say this, he's been around for so long and been one of the premier broadcasters. The Father Time is starting to catch up with him.
And it's interesting. You think about the best through the years, and obviously, depending on how old we are, what we grew up with different generations of broadcasters. Now, with me, it was John Madden and Pat Summerall. I mean, they were the team, and I think all other broadcast teams, when it came to football, you're judged against them, and really they don't even come close. And you can look at others in both in football and in other various sports. Some are just better than others, and some, people have different opinions of what is more entertaining, what they like to listen to. I think the person's voice has a lot to do with that. Their knowledge, the things they have to say. When they try to be funny, is it entertaining or is it annoying? Some are better than others with their timing, and I just think that it can work for different people.
Did you think because of Paramount Plus and Nickelodeon, the actual audience went way up this time? And do you think that means that streaming is pretty much in the future?
Oh, yeah.
All Super Bowls at this
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no doubting that at all. In fact, I was tempted to switch over to Nickelodeon and just see what they were doing there. And I know a number of people I saw on Facebook were watching it on Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Well, in terms of the streaming and cable, of course, we switched over last year, but I think that streaming is definitely the way it's going, and basically for two main reasons. The first reason is it's a lot less expensive than cable, way less expensive, and you really get more content with streaming. So in two rounds, it works out a lot better in terms of what you get for the price.
Well, absolutely. Don, we've got you in the contest. You've got the number 16 seed, but you never know. That could happen. And congratulations on a great prediction on the Super Bowl.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the prizes. And I really was shocked when San Francisco had 22. I said, I don't know what Kansas City, if they had they kicked the extra point, it might have been even one more point further.
Yeah. Now, you were only 2 points off. You had the 49ers exact, and Kansas City only off 2 points.
I picked 25-21, but I had it for the 49ers. So I wouldn't have been eligible anyway, but it was interesting how it turned out.
Don, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Don.
We need to hit a break, and then more of the home team coming up, our final segment on the TAN Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 and 1350, FM 106.1 and 102.3, and Facebook
Live.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Hi, Paul Porter here. I've known Bobby Maggie for years, and he's always supported the home team. Tax season is here, and at Maggie Tax, you can let the professionals prepare your taxes. Taxes will be going up, and now is the time to do tax planning. No appointments necessary, and 3 locations that you can drop off your tax info and go. Visit Maggie Tax for more information or call Bobby Maggie at 727-799-1701. Pay less tax with Maggie Tax. It's not a slogan, it's what they do. Mention Paul Porter and the home team, and you'll get $25 off your tax preparation. That number again, 727-799-1701. 727-799-1701. Now is a great time to shop your homeowners and auto insurance. Alliance Mutual Insurance can lower your cost on insurance during these challenging economic times. Alliance Mutual, an independent agency, is in the Tampa Bay area, locally owned with over 20 years experience. They have access to dozens of independent carriers and can find the lowest price with the highest quality coverage. Citizens is not your only option. Call or text Jamie Brown, a home team listener and supporter, at 727-637-2341. That's Jamie Brown at 727-637-2341.
Honest Mahoney's. That's what people have been calling LZ Mahoney for more than 35 years. Honest LZ Mahoney. The name really says it all. Mahoney's Auto Repair is a place you can trust. In fact, it was some of his loyal customers that came up with the name. Generations of people who've been taking their cars to 4040 54th Avenue North for 3.5 decades. Do you need some work done on your car? If his loyal customers call him Honest Mahoney's, that should tell you something right there. The next time you need work done on your car, take it to my friend LZ Mahoney's. He's been a part of the home team for nearly 20 years. Mahoney's Auto Repair. Or just remember Honest Mahoney's, 4040 54th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, a place that people have called home for more than 35 years. Honest Mahoney's, 4040 54th Avenue North in St. Petersburg.
Thank goodness it's Thursday. That's what they're celebrating every last Thursday of the month from 4:30 to 8 p.m. at Raw Space Collaborative. It's a chance to network with other businesses and make some new friends. If you're looking to network your business, don't miss TGIT at Raw Space Collaborative, 6013 Wesley Grove Boulevard, Building 2, Suite 208 in Wesley Chapel. Check out rawspaceco.com for all the details. See you last Thursday of the month from 4:30 to 8 p.m. at Thank Goodness It's Thursday.
Looking to buy or sell a home but don't know where to turn? Paul Porter here from Pollyanna Ward and the team at Innovation Realty Group. They're ready to work for you. New construction, buying, or selling an existing home? They can do it all. They serve our entire listing area. Uncompromising integrity combined with savvy negotiating is what you'll find at Innovation Realty Group. Visit their website, innovationgroupfl.com. That's innovationgroupfl.com. Or call 813-802-8415 to speak directly with Pollyanna.
My new windows from FAS Windows and Doors are in. I couldn't be happier with the job they did, from measuring perfectly to prompt and exact installation. How did I choose FAS over all the other window companies? I've known Ernie and John Wilding for nearly 20 years. They're Central Florida and West Central Florida's largest volume window and door dealer, with showrooms and distribution facilities in both Tampa and Orlando. As you know, I never endorse a product or service unless I've used them or thoroughly researched them. Their objective is providing the best quality windows and doors on the market at reasonable prices with a customer service level that is unsurpassed in the industry. Never an obligation when you call 866-737-7173 or visit them on the internet at faswd.com. Call 866-737-7173. You'll be glad you did. I sure am.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back to our final segment here on the home team. Glad to have you with us, and we certainly are glad that you are joining us on the program today. Two numbers still remain, 9 and 12, for you to choose from, and one of those two is a Chick-fil-A winner as well. Either 9 or 12 is a Chick-fil-A winner. In fact, I think the number that is still out there is the one that was it you, Jason, that picked?
Matt picked.
Or that Matt picked. Mm-hmm. Okay, so one of those two numbers, 9 or 12, comes with free Chick-fil-A. So
Jason had 8. I had the other number.
Okay, all right, very good, very good. Let's go back to the phone lines. I do want to mention that the Sports Talk continues on AM 1340 and the Tan Talk Radio Network because we still have Mike's program, the fine sports show that comes on. They feature a lot of the high school goings on, and Mike's program will be on the Tampa Sports Connection, Tampa Bay Sports Connection, starting at 11, and then at 1 o'clock is Burning Rubber Radio, all the NASCAR action going on. So we'll talk more about that as well. Let's go back to the phone lines. Al is with us, who finished second in the Super Bowl contest last week. Yeah, he was a total of 6 points off. He had a 29-20 Kansas City, and of course it ended up 25-22. Hello, Al.
Hey, what did Don? What was his score?
His 27-22, I believe. Was 27-22. He was 2 points off on Kansas City, and he had San Francisco exact.
27, huh?
Yeah, 27-22.
So, I'm coming to the thing. next year when the football season's on, I ain't making no more predictions because too many copycats out there.
Well, you were the last caller, though, last week. So you got the last pick, so nobody could copy you.
I don't know.
Yeah,
sometimes it works out. You know, you won a couple of times, Al. So you keep picking. You never know how it's going to turn out.
That's right. That's right.
All right, I got nowadays the baseball season starting here now, and what you're going to see coming out is the long beards and mustaches. What they're going to come out there and look like they was playing with the deer and the antelope in the woods for the whole.
Yeah, that's become a fashionable statement.
And the long
Who was
hair.
the one? Well, the one that first came to mind was the relief. The pitcher was it Brian Wilson or Brian, and then the Jeff Turner. Or not Jeff Turner. Who was Justin Turner? Justin Turner had the giant. Yeah, I know that becomes. Yeah, that's not the. It's the mountain man look, I guess.
It doesn't matter what
They
you.
look like they should be playing in the woods.
Well, what they're saying, Al, is that baseball is so easy, even a caveman can do it.
There you go.
There you go. But it doesn't matter what you look like as long as you get the job done.
Yeah. By the way, Matt, we've had a complaint about you and your New Jersey Devil shirt.
I know.
That it doesn't fit for the home team.
I know, but there's a reason why I'm wearing it. It's for the name on the back. It's a Martin Brodeur shirt.
Yeah, okay.
That's the only reason I have one.
Okay.
You know, I think they named that team after the Jersey the cryptid, the famous the monster that lives in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I wondered about that.
That's exactly why. Supposedly, the Jersey Devil lived underneath the ground where the original Meadowlands was built.
Wow.
Continental Airlines Arena was.
Yes.
So-
Okay.
Fascinating.
Amazing what you find out about you're on the home team.
Anyway, did the Snell did anybody pick him up yet?
I haven't heard that anyone picked up Blake Snell.
I haven't either.
Still
a free agent.
I guess still he's evaluating his the position in the options.
Well,
I guess.
I think somebody will pick me
going to
up.
pick him up, but I guess not.
I don't know. He might wait till halfway through which team looks like they're doing well and then decide to join them if they'll take him, I guess. I don't know.
He might not go nowhere this year.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, Al, there are two numbers still available in the.
Number 9.
You want number 9. All right. Number 9 is the number 7 seed. So you got number 7 in the East region. It's in the top half.
Number 7.
East region, number 7. That's your team.
But who's the team?
We don't know yet. We're gonna after the season's done, they'll seed the team. So you just keep an eye on for East number 7, and whoever the team is, if that seed that'll be the team you have.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yep.
I just wondered what team it was.
Yeah, no, we won't know until mid-March. That's when the actual seeds will be announced.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good. So anyway, you all have a good day.
All right. Thank you,
too,
Al. We appreciate that.
Thank you for calling, as always.
There is one seed still available. Do we have anyone on the phone lines, Matt? Okay, there's one seed still available, and it's also the Chick-fil-A winner. So if you would like it, either call right now in the next 2 minutes or enter on Facebook Live in the next 2 minutes, and you will have 12, which turns out to be the number 10 seed. The number 10 seed is still available in the East for either the next caller or the next poster on Facebook Live. So, again, jump in on that if you want, and if not, we'll carry it over to next week. But 15 of the 16 seeds have been given out, and 1 still remain. As far as the USF game tomorrow, Jason, 12 o'clock noon start. Probably going to be a rainy Sunday. This rain's supposed to last all weekend, but it would be nice to see a great crowd out there.
It would be, and I hope there still is. I mean, obviously, getting to the game, going, you might get a little wet, but it's basketball is played indoors, so you don't have to worry about getting rained on, while you're sitting there watching the game. So that you hope it is a good crowd. That's a big time game for USF. They already have one big win on the road against Memphis. This would be another major statement to beat Florida Atlantic and continue that win streak going. They're going for their 11th straight.
Yeah, and I think it'd be hard to overlook them as far as the 64 team
Exactly.
field, or possibly even a playoff, the play-in games.
The play-in game, yeah. No, with the way they're going, they're still in great position, even if they lose tomorrow. But still, you'd love to get a win like this against a marquee team, a team that was in the Final Four last year, and an in-state rival at that. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, we want to thank everyone who joined us on the home team today. A special thanks to Gordy Zimmerman and to Corey Long for joining us on the program. And a reminder that we will still have more Renaissance Festival tickets next week to give away, and also some Strawberry Festival tickets. We have a pair of Strawberry Festival tickets that we'll give away next week as well. And also, Thelma is taking number 12. So Thelma is the last one. She entered on Facebook Live. So we now have a full set available as far as the tournament goes.
12 was the last number we were looking for.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. All right. And Thelma also wins Chick-fil-A. So congratulations to Thelma. We'll talk to you again next Saturday at 9 o'clock on the Tan Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 and 1350, FM 106.1, 102.3, and, of course, Facebook Live.